You know that project you've been given 2 weeks to finish? You'll probably use all 2 weeks. But here's the strange part. If you only had 3 days, you'd probably still get it done. That's not laziness. That's Parkinson's law, and it's quietly running your life. I'm talking about one of the most powerful observations ever made about human productivity. In 1955, a British historian named Cyril Northcote Parkinson noticed something peculiar. Work expands to fill the time available for its completion. Give yourself a month to write a report? It'll take a month. Give yourself a week? You'll somehow finish it in a week. The work doesn't change. The deadline does. And that changes everything. So why does this happen? It's not because we're lazy or inefficient by nature. It's because of how our brains handle time and pressure. When you have abundant time, your brain doesn't sense urgency. You scroll a bit, overthink the introduction, reorganize your desk, do research that's really just procrastination in disguise. The task becomes this vague, shapeless thing floating in the future. There's always tomorrow, so why push today? But when the deadline tightens, something shifts. Suddenly you're forced to prioritize. You strip away the non-essentials. You stop second-guessing every word. You make decisions faster because you have to. And here's what's fascinating. The quality often doesn't suffer. Sometimes it even improves because you're no longer overthinking yourself into paralysis. Think about it in your own life. Remember cramming for exams in school? You probably learned more in those last 48 hours than in the previous 2 weeks. Or packing for a trip. Give yourself 3 hours and you'll pack efficiently. Give yourself 3 days and you'll repack 5 times and still forget something. But here's where Parkinson's law gets dangerous. It doesn't just affect tasks you're procrastinating on. It affects everything. Meetings scheduled for an hour will take an hour, even if the actual content could have been covered in 20 minutes. A budget allocated for a project will be spent, even if the project could have cost less. We expand to fill whatever container we're given. The implications are huge. This means most of us are operating with way more slack in our systems than we realize. We're not maxed out. We're inflated. And that inflation is costing us time, energy, and focus that could be going elsewhere. So what do you do with this knowledge? First, get honest about your real deadlines. Not the comfortable ones you give yourself. If something truly needs to be done by Friday, don't pretend you have until next Wednesday. Tighten the window and watch how your focus sharpens. Second, break big projects into smaller chunks with their own mini deadlines. Don't give yourself a month to write a paper. Give yourself 3 days to outline, 2 days to draft, 1 day to revise. Parkinson's law works on each segment, and suddenly that overwhelming month-long project becomes manageable. Third, and this is crucial, respect your own constraints. If you tell yourself you have 2 hours for something, honor that boundary. Don't let it bleed into 3, then 4. The discipline of the constraint is what creates the productivity. But here's the deeper wisdom. Parkinson's law isn't really about time management. It's about understanding that we're incredibly adaptable. We rise to meet our circumstances. The question is, are you creating circumstances that bring out your best? Or are you giving yourself so much rope that you end up tangled in it? You have more capacity than you think. You just need to stop giving yourself so much time to doubt it.